In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and pink beetles.
How about a good evening to everybody out there on the Bluff, episode 168. It feels like yesterday that we were on about episode 10.
Right.
But welcome in, Gabe Kuhn here, and my co-host for the night, no Christian, Kenny Stubblefield. He's also producing the show. He's an absolute legend. Kenny, how you doing, brother?
Brandon, you got your sexy voice on tonight, man. What's going on? You losing weight?
Man,
you got a haircut? Like,
listen,
what? What's your sexy
here's
voice? What's
here's
your
the truth.
What's going on?
The truth. Losing weight and getting a haircut, I'm feeling myself. No, but I just hosted a 3-hour show.
Yeah,
where I'm the main voice, and now
wait.
I'm the main voice again. You know the plug. I want to hear you do the plug for my show. Go.
What show? I don't know the new times. I'm sorry. I don't know.
3 to 6. Go.
3 to 6. Everybody tune into the Gabe Kuhn Show on 92.9 ESPN. And what's the AM station?
Oh my gosh, no one goes to 680.
680 AM 680. They pay for it, so we better plug it. AM 680 from, you said 12 to 3? 3 to 6.
There you go. Hail yeah.
It was 4 to 7. Now
you can go listen Odyssey app, 92.9 ESPN.com, or again, radio dial. Kenny, I think the other reason I'm talking like this, I'm exhausted, not physically, but mentally after my shenanigans last night on Twitter, I guess. Shenanigans is probably the wrong word, but a lot going on my my Twitter account last night. And we'll talk about the topic in the Hot 3 that really brought it out of me. But I was bothered. And I shouldn't have participated. That's my thing. Like, no, I don't. No, like, I need to speak on what I believe in, but it's also like,
you're not a robot, man. You're not a robot.
I know, I get it, but it's like going back and forth on that app in particular, or any social media, it's a losing battle. Like, I used to have this rule where it's like, if I can hit you with one tweet and in the conversation, I'm going to do that. Like, I tried to do that last night, and then it's like, okay, but it's not ended. It won't stop.
Do
Everybody's so angry, man. Everybody's so mean and angry these days.
Do you know why those conversations are kind of pointless? And I've been getting into it today too, so I get it. But I've come at it with a different, like, I'm not going to allow it to impact like how I feel in that moment.
Right.
It's that there's so many bots and so many nameless accounts, faceless accounts. People can say whatever they want without any repercussion. And that's my problem, is that it's like, I wish, like, that's what I love about what we do, what you do with 92.9, is that you guys have to touch grass and like actually have face-to-face conversations.
Yeah, stop smelling farts in your basement, you know?
Yeah,
like,
man.
We need to stop doing that. And by the way, I don't know who needs to hear this. I remember this person being in the comment section one day, but a lot of people were asking about my religion last night. And there's one guy in particular who always just hits the anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I have Jewish family. This is going to sound weird, but I would consider myself like culturally Jewish, but it's like this dude he is a hateful little sucker, man. Like,
hateful.
And it's like, I don't practice religion. I don't go to church. I don't go to temple. I don't go to any, like,
right.
I'm not a religious person, but it's either way. I know I'm off on a tangent, but
I feel sorry
that guy out there. It's like, geez, and I remember I was talking. It was like Penny Hardaway conversations, and he hit me with anti-Semitic stuff. I'm like, damn, I'm just talking sports.
Yeah, I feel sorry. You don't have to feel like you have to defend yourself or explain anything, because there's just a lot of evil and hateful young. I'm deeply, like, I don't know, we're off on a tangent here. I'm deeply concerned.
I think it's important though, like these types of conversations.
Like, I think it's deep. I think I am really concerned about this, like, 18 to 25 generation of young men right now. Like,
right. Some of them give me a lot of hope though. You know who I had on the show today?
Who'd you have on the show today?
Our guy Sam Shoemaker.
Oh, Sam's the man. Sam's awesome.
Editor at the Helmsman and On the Beat right here, Bluff City Media. Yeah. He's a stud, dude. I mean, he's going places.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. He's the one that broke the Taj Rael story.
You know how hard it is to like get a job for like journalists out of college? He's gonna have, I would imagine he'll have plenty of offers.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's great. He's great. Him and Roman do the On Beat show with on Wednesday nights. You'll see it tomorrow night at 7. He's also the editor-in-chief he's the editor at
the school newspaper.
Of the school newspaper, the Daily Helmsman. They're doing phenomenal work. Yeah, he's great.
Him and Roman are great. And Shamaria. Need to shout him out. And he was on the show. I was like, holler at me about your pod. You know, I knew about it, but I wanted him to plug it. And he didn't mention Roman or Shamaria's name. And I was like, wait a second, like, go back. You have to let people know who you do the show with. Like, don't just plug yourself.
You probably caught him off. You probably caught him off guard a little bit. You were like, wait. He's like, wait a second, what?
At Drew Hill today, I opened the segment. I'm like, what do you think about Jaden Ivey's take on the LGBTQ community? Jesus. I was messing with him. He was absolute pro. But listen, these types of conversations about like the world we live in right now, I think are important, because we're going to start the show with something that I find not so important, but it did go viral.
It's hilarious how viral it went.
So I'm going to say this off top. I have teammates that took exception to this for some reason, former teammates, like on Facebook, and they listen to the show. They listen to the pod. So maybe they're hearing this right now and they can go ahead and hit us with some comments. But they like took exception to this. And under Fuente and Norvell, we always practiced to music. But Charles Huff, the fun police, go ahead and play the clip.
When the Navy SEALs get ready to go do a mission, they not listen to Lil Baby. When they training to go to war, which we're training to go to war, they ain't listening to NBA Youngboy. So Coach Saban trained us like that. We should be focused on what it takes to execute the next play, not who's on the ox, who's pressing play.
I love that he said ox.
I've never seen the military get ready to go on a crucial war mission with NBA Youngboy playing in their heads or in the background. I tell the guys all the time, if I got to play music to get you to play the game you love at a high level, we've got the wrong guys. To me, this is a business, and we got a job to do at a really high level. Where these guys are trying to go individually, you ain't got a lot of time to be out there dancing and all that stuff, in my opinion. No disrespect to the teams that do that. That's their prerogative. But, you know, we're on a mission. And when we hit the field, it's business. We only get 15 opportunities. And if a guy's got time to dance and sing a song and all that stuff, and we ain't moving at a good enough tempo in practice. So we are focused on what do I need to do to execute the next play. When the ball snaps in the game and it's 50,000 people yelling, NBA YoungBoy ain't playing. We need to try to replicate game-like situations. Everything we do in practice is replicated in a game. That's why we tuck our shirts in. That's why we, run through the lines. That's why we, go with fast tempo. Why would you do something in practice that you're not going to do in the game? I've never heard NBA YoungBoy or Lil Baby playing on third down. All I've heard is the fans yelling, and I should be zoned in on my task. So we try to do that by giving them the focus and intensity in practice to focus on what matters. Just never been that guy.
Okay, so no NBA YoungBoy or Lil Baby.
I'm kind of
and
disappointed.
he kept coming back to NBA YoungBoy, like it's like he must not like NBA YoungBoy at all. You ever heard Nevada? All right, he's got some good music. Cross Me, man, that guy knows what he's doing. But two things.
It might
two
honestly
things
be
off the top.
It might
real
honestly
quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry to cut you off. But two things off the top, real quick. If they wanted to play Lil Baby or NBA YoungBoy on third down, they could do it. Like Mo Bamba plays on third down at Penn State and various places across the country, and you can play whatever music you want. We had Hell's Bells when I was there, which I thought was corny as shit. So corny, because everybody does that. And him talking about like Navy SEALs and our servicemen and women, brother, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was SEAL Team 6, the Osama bin Laden assassination, whatever it was. I'm pretty sure there's been documented cases of them listening to their music before they drop in and go do whatever they're going to do. So, like, his arguments are ridiculous. The one argument I did love, though, Kenny, he's a Saban guy. He is a Saban guy, and that's what Saban does. So I'm not going to argue with success. I'm not going to argue with him. I think there's two reasonable takes here. You either like it, and you say, oh, this guy, I really love his style, old school. Love him. Or you say that's stupid. Like, you're not going to miss time in practice because you're dancing to, I don't know, like Lil Baby. Like, it's if you knew me in college, I was a big pregame dancer. I probably embarrassed the hell out of myself, but I got hyped up, man. You have to.
What was on your?
Listen, I don't like doing the war comparisons and stuff like that. Yeah. But it is, to a certain extent, it's hand-to-hand combat. Like, it is. Yeah. You there are things on the line when you go out there. Like, getting hyped up is not a bad thing. But he's the fun police. I will say that. But I don't. Some of my former teammates, I saw my guy O.B. Goodson, like, my gosh, you're out of your mind. I don't care enough to really, like, get into it, but this was funny. I will say that.
Let me ask you this, what was on your playlist prior to a game, like, or before a game?
Okay,
like, what would you listen to?
My Devastated by Joey Badass.
Yeah.
Let's see. A lot of Dolph. 100 shots.
Oh, yeah.
100 shots. Crazy. I remember before Ole Miss, when we beat them at the Liberty Bowl, we had like a speaker system in the locker room, and Watch Out Little Bitch by 2 Chainz. But it was usually like whatever was in rotation, like whatever was out new. Yeah. I remember a bunch of Moneybag my junior and senior year. Because he couldn't miss. He could not miss for like a 3-year stretch. So he was big. But yeah. You know what my like immediate, like, before I walk out song?
What's that?
Gucci Mane, Mouthful of Golds. Every time. Every time. But then I'd go Red Hot Chili Peppers because I am a white man. Can't stop. I know that sounds corny, but it's good pump up music. And I'm Me by Lil Wayne.
I like
I'm
that
Me.
song.
I think
like
best. What's the best Wayne song of all time in your opinion?
Oh, God.
I got I'm Me. I just do.
It
It takes me places. It's more nostalgia than anything.
I like 6'7". I like what?
As best of all time.
Well, I just like him. I like that song. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good song, but like best ever.
I mean, it's good.
I like him displaying his like abilities, brother. Like that. I don't know, man. I mean, I love 6'7". Like I'm not gonna hate too much, but
Yeah.
if we're talking greatest Wayne song of all time, I don't know if I can
listen
rock with you there.
You got to know who you're talking to here. I didn't get to listen to Wayne a lot when I was younger.
Well, didn't you have Players Circle? Come on, that would have been there. Duffel Bag Boy.
Yeah, I mean, I listened. Yeah. I listened to him. But I'm not as.
But you were young Wayne is what you when you would have been in your prime.
Like Fireman is awesome. I like Fireman.
Great one.
That's
a good one. What music did you listen to growing up though? A lot of Memphis rap? Did you, or were you like Christian rock?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you were at. Okay, it tracks.
I'll tell you what. In 1999, when I was a freshman in college, I listened to POD, Fundamental Elements of Southtown, and it was the first time I listened to something with a beat, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Oh man, my favorite band of all time, POD. Go check them out.
What kind of music we talking?
They were big in the Rage and Corn genre of music.
I want to do this though in the comments. We'll read them and we'll decide if you are valid or not. But in the comments, drop your favorite Lil Wayne song.
Okay.
Or best Lil Wayne song of all time. I need to know. I need to go ahead and feel this because people may say I'm Me is not even close either.
Like now that you're working out, what are you listening to? What, like as an old man now? You're an old man with a kid and a wife.
I don't work out hard, brother.
Like what do you?
I do not work out hard, so I'm listening. Like today, you're gonna laugh. I just put Leon Thomas.
Yeah,
I just put Leon Thomas on his last album, and just let it run through. That's a great one. That's good pregame stuff too. Shout out D Meeks. That's a good one.
That's King Meeks for you right there, man. That man's the man right there.
Leon, you know Leon Thomas?
No.
Oh God, he's like R&B, but he can sing his ass off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I listen every day when I work out. I listen to I put on my Spotify playlist and just go play every Young Dolph song possible. That is the best music to work out to.
I for sure, no doubt. I cannot dispute that at all. Like pregame list. You know what? I think I still have a playlist on my phone. Should I open it up? Should I do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold up real quick. Let's see. Playlist. It's called Last Couple because it was my last couple of games.
Let's go.
Codeine Dreaming by Kodak Black.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, this is embarrassing. Iced Out by Lil Pump. Lil Pump was a little era. Oh, Future and Young Thug, 200 and No Cap.
Oh yeah.
And here's Dolph. What's the Deal? Drippy and Go Get Some Mo.
Yes.
My Dog by Lil Baby. And then here's some money bag for you. Trending, Doing It, Ho House. Ho House. And Blog. And then Lockjaw by French Montana. And then I had Tupac, Picture Me Rolling.
There you go. That's a good list, man.
Lil Wayne blowing.
Let me see.
That was like senior year of high school for me. It was a good time. What was that? Carter 3? Carter 3, D Meeks? I think that was Carter 3.
Oh yeah, it's a good song. Can you hear it?
You have to play it to realize you know it, Kenny.
Oh, I don't know names. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah. This is the best podcasting we've ever done right here. This is as good as it gets. All right, now moving on real quick. Hey, keep dropping those songs.
No, I have a question for you. I have another question for you.
Okay.
Around the music and the football. I saw somebody online say, and I think it might have been somebody, a national football guy, was like, Memphis is gonna be the most false starting team in college football with this rule in place.
No,
Help me make sense of that statement.
no. I mean, that's because it'd be so quiet and they're not going to be used to it being loud. That's the idea, but that's not reality.
Okay.
That is stupidity, in my opinion. And another reason they won't be false starting is because their offense is going to operate in a completely different way this year than it has. And a lot of the snap count will be sort of clapping and silent count. So it's like, that's just, you go off the ball. But I was sort of looking into Kevin Decker, the new OC's pass. Kenny,
Yeah, man. What do you think?
Are you ready for how exciting this offense could be? If Marcus Stokes or Aaron Noland or Denzel Gardner are any good, and they pick up the offense, this offense could be so fun.
Tell me about it, because I don't know.
It's run and shoot. So you have these wide splits. You force a defense to play however many linebackers in the box that they feel comfortable with. Right. And you run to throw like Josh Heupel at Tennessee and what he did at UCF. So you're going to get big chunk plays in the run game, and you're going to be able to take the top off. And they have some really fast players. Now, I don't know if they're good wide receivers, Alante Brown. And there's another guy he brought over from Southern Miss who I heard sub 4.3 for him. I don't know if I buy that, but hell, he's a 4.3 guy for sure.
Right.
This could be – I know Norvell was fun because of all the playmakers. I know that at times under Silverfield there were moments where it was fun. Paxton was great under Fuente, but that was more misdirection, not a lot of like chunk plays in the run game. This offense has the potential to be, from a schematic standpoint, the most fun to watch because Norvell would get under center and try to bully guys sometimes, and it was pro style stuff. But this one is half field reads. We're airing the hell out of the ball. We're throwing deep routes, and we are running it up the gut, and they have to stop it. So I am excited for this offense. I don't know about defense, but offense, Kenny,
yeah,
this could be really, really fun. I'm just worried about the tempo and how that affects the whole team.
Yeah, I was Trey Lasley went to practice and said that he said when he saw Marcus Stokes out there, he's like, he was making throws. Clearly they were just in helmets. They weren't in pads or anything like that. But he said, you know what I noticed about him more than anybody is that like we have had now multiple years now, Brady White, Seth Hennigan, and then Brendan Lewis, quarterbacks that are like low key, kind of calm on the field. They don't do a whole lot of, he said,
Marcus, he'll get going.
He said, dude, he was shit talking everybody on the defense the entire time. He said, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Riley Ferguson.
I see. He remembers Riley different than me. Then
okay,
that was my. He wasn't a shit talker.
I heard
one of the things about Riley that always made me laugh with the fan base is because they see this white dude who's coming from JUCO and didn't work out at Tennessee. They saw the arm sleeve.
Right.
And they were like questioning, the smarts of this guy and like who he is as a guy. He was the smartest dude I've ever been around. Had a 4.0, like unbelievable with his stuff. But I don't remember him being a shit talker for real. But like him and Ant, when they completed a deep ball, would shit talk a little bit, but it wasn't like pre-snap, like every play. It wasn't like that.
He just what he was.
Our shit talker was Trayvon Tate and Anthony Miller.
Okay. He just basically, the way it made it sound was like Riley, and I wasn't around much during that time period, so I didn't get to see, like I wasn't covering the team or anything like that, but it just, there was a level of arrogance that came out of Riley that wasn't there, that you didn't see in the other quarterbacks.
I can give you that.
That's what he said. That's what I saw out of Marcus Stokes.
And he can use his legs, unlike Riley. I used to get so pissed at Riley not stepping up in the pocket. Like, dude, brother, these dudes are bending the corner. I'm playing right tackle, out of position, fat as hell. Like, help me out just a little bit. But I'm excited for this offense. Yeah. And I think most people are just excited for this season. I know this is the impossible question, and everyone asks it. But I'm going to ask you, it's hard for me to really get a feel for it because, like, I played, and it's like the expectation game is tough, especially in year one for somebody. But when you look at what Memphis has from a talent perspective and the coach who's proven, as opposed to some of these other coaches in conference, like what do you year one expectation? Like, is it, hey, get to a conference title game? Is it 9 wins? And also realize tough schedule.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be first year, everything kind of brand new coaching staff, new players, that kind of stuff. The thing that I think what I am super interested in with Charles Huff is that you've seen him very quickly build winners in other places without the resources and the facility and the support that Memphis has. And so I do think, but it feels absurd for me to say that they should be the favorites to win the American Conference.
They should
tournament.
be. Like on paper, they should be.
Right. Yeah.
Because I look at Tulane, who, did that last year. Will Hall, listen, I've met Will, nice guy, nice enough guy. Huff cleaned up his mess at Southern Miss. And he did, like, quarterback's gone, no Retzloff. What's he going to do? South Florida could be good, but whole new set
Brian
of
Hartline
Hartline's never been a head coach.
ECU,
and then like North
ECU
Texas
could be good. North Texas could be good.
They have to replenish completely. North Texas.
Yeah.
They're quarterbacks at Oklahoma State now.
They got a brand new coach now. So it's like it's weird. Like I don't know.
That's a coach who's stepping down. Like he was at West Virginia, Neil Brown. So it's like, where's his heart at? I don't really like the retread back at group of 6. And then this season is going to be interesting because you add the Pac-12 to the group of 6.
Yeah.
So like who is going to have conference dominance, right? That's what I'm looking for. All right, now Kenny, I'm going to let you set this up. The assistant coaches, Tony Madlock's back, and then Trevor Deloach, who was at Charlotte, and Sean
Mock. Yes.
Who was at Tulane. Shout out Rowan Brumbaugh. Maybe we'll see him in a Tiger uniform. I know the rumor mill is spinning, but I'm gonna put this the ball in your court. What?
Yeah.
Because I don't know 2 of the 3. We all know Tony. He's coming back with a bigger title though, associate head coach.
Right.
Thought he did a really good job at Alabama State.
Yeah.
Won a tournament game for the first time in school history. All that. So like that's a good hire. That seems like a penny hire. The other 2, I don't have enough information to really pin them down. I would imagine you have a little bit more than me.
Well, I the only thing that I really know about those guys is that I've heard they're great recruiters. I've heard they're specific. They have specific skill sets. Deloach at Tulane was the offensive guy for them. Like
Tigers need that.
And I guess that works, except for Tulane's offense wasn't great. Like they weren't great, but Rowan Brumbaugh is a good player. I truthfully, the only person that I'm looking at, I don't think the investment of what it's going to cost to get a Rowan Brumbaugh to Memphis is worth the investment. I don't think it's worth the amount of money that it's going to take. The money is going to be insane this offseason.
I had this thought. Like, Rowan is a good player, and he killed Memphis, scored 30 in like every game. But would the money that you'd have to pay, and if he's a number 1, it's like, how can you expect better results than what Tulane's gotten from him from a team perspective if he's going to be that highly paid and your go-to guy? But I do think he is a super talented guy with a lot of experience who, maybe aim higher, but like I think he could be a very, very good winning player here.
Let me ask you this.
Do you think Penny's going to actually go after him, though? Can I ask that?
I think they'll have conversations without a doubt. I think they'll have conversations. I don't know how long those conversations will last, because I can see him with the amount of money that LSU is pouring into basketball right now. It would not surprise me to see.
That's a crazy story, by the way.
It's crazy how much money they're putting out.
Will Wade's back. Golly.
Yeah, and Rick Stansberry's there as the assistant coach now.
And who is it? Jones? Johnny
Jones, former Memphis head coach. Yeah, former LSU and Memphis head coach.
Buddy, they got some slick movers there in that coaching staff.
Slick.
Good God.
Let me ask you this. it just got announced a few minutes ago. Baraka Okoje at Mercer, who played for Memphis last year, is now back in the transfer portal. Tell me you wouldn't take Baraka Okoje back on this team.
100%. Great role player.
Immediately.
You feel comfortable with him handling the ball. Now, money-wise, I don't know what it really takes, and role-wise, I don't know what it takes.
Defensively,
my only problem is if Baraka would say, hey, I want to be a starting guard for you, like, nah, that's a non-starter for me. He's not a good enough scorer.
He
shooter.
averaged 19 points a game. He averaged 19
Mercer,
points a game
man.
Okay.
At Mercer. Like,
Okay.
and here's my thing about Penny and what he needs offensively from his engine, from his point guard. He needs like PJ Haggerty level or Kendrick Davis level scoring and facilitating and pace. And I don't know if Baraka's good, but like we saw Doug McDaniel this year.
Yeah.
Who's better, Baraka or Doug? Get real.
I would take Doug over.
Come on.
I would take Baraka over Doug.
That's hindsight to me.
No, I would take Baraka over Doug. I like the way with this previous year's team, Baraka would never work because they needed a guy that could be the high volume guy. Doug was just not a good high volume guy. Last year's team, Baraka was perfect for that team. Perfect. That's the roster that I think the Tigers need to try to rebuild is last year's roster, not this year's roster.
They need more good role players, but they need that number one. And I don't know if Baraka would be that.
No, he's not a number
what
one.
that is.
No. I think he's a great backup. I think he's somebody you bring off the bench, somebody.
But he's getting into the portal from Mercer where he averaged 19 points per game. He's probably looking for a bag and a roll.
Maybe.
But I would take him back as a player on the team. I think that I think he left Memphis, correct me if I'm wrong, for a bigger role. That's why he stepped down a level.
He left Memphis because he was told to leave Memphis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a bad move. Hindsight. Damn.
Terrible move.
Damn. Are you surprised they don't have a GM yet? Real quick before we grab a break.
I'm surprised it hasn't been announced yet.
All right, tell me what you're hearing. Come on.
Well, I mean, from what I've been told, everybody's working for Memphis. That's just they haven't announced the GM role yet.
Who's the GM, Kenny?
I'm not putting it out there like that.
Master P.
Oh, dude, let me tell you this. Anybody hating on Percy Miller needs to get their life right.
That ain't a GM though.
I would take him as a
staff,
GM.
baby.
No,
support
man,
staff, baby.
I would let that man GM my team all day long. Tell me that man wouldn't be awesome in that role.
He wouldn't be awesome. I'll tell you.
You're crazy. Because then he brings Mercy over from Houston. Now that they're done, come on, man. What are we talking about? I would love Percy. I would love Percy, but it ain't gonna be Percy.
You're a wild man, Kenny. You're unhinged.
Tell me the in-game entertainment wouldn't be crazy.
Oh, I mean that would be phenomenal. He'd book some great.
The no limit playlist would be out of this world.
But as a GM, come on.
Pipe in Mystical from jail and let him bring Dane Danger back out on the floor. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I would love it.
Let's grab a break and we'll talk about somebody Dane Danger owns in Yaxel Lindeborg. In the Final Four, we have plenty to get to still. Stick around.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. Don't skip the premium homemade southern sides, fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
I think we all need Jesus, man. But I believe that as well as Jesus, like he needs counseling. Not a pastor counseling you. You need professional, licensed counseling and therapy for somebody because he shares some of the things he's gone through.
He might need trauma therapy, not necessarily.
He needs,
like not your local pastor saying, "Okay, just read the Bible more." You know what I'm saying?
Or come sit down with me and my wife and tell us all your business. No, that's not what he needs. If you are a Christian, your faith walk should not scare people. There's nothing about your faith walk that should scare people. There's literally nothing about your walk that would cause you to do that. If you're truly living for Christ, it should be the fruit is easy to swallow. It's not gonna be weirdo stuff, man. Y'all be a part of this weird ass cult ass stuff y'all got going on and thinking this the weirder and deeper it is, the more like Christ it is. But no, but it's not who Jesus is at all. If you think that what Jay Navi is doing is representing Christ, no.
Or should be celebrated.
Yeah. Oh, that man bold for God. No, he ain't, man. That man is going through a mental breakdown.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Monday through Fridays at 1 p.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. The numbers that are coming out on what this NIL and revenue sharing, what the demand is for some of these guys is pretty unbelievable to me. Like it is, I think it's going to be even higher than it was last year. I'm not a big fan of Rowan Brumball's game, and I just think he's going to cost way too much for Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, it would eat up a significant amount of your budget.
It's not that Memphis doesn't have the money. It's that they can't just spend their money willy-nilly. You just can't go and say, oh, we like Rowan Brumball. Let's go spend whatever the amount of money it would cost to get him. Is he going to bring you a conference championship, NCAA tournament appearance? No, not by himself.
You got to find the right pieces at the right price, which is they're out there.
They're out there.
You got to have the staff that puts in the work to do it. You know, you did it 2 years ago.
Yeah,
you can do it again.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you.
Those puppies get me every time, Kenny.
They get you every time?
Every single time.
Everybody makes fun of my voice on that commercial. They're like, Kenny's got his like, hey, welcome to Puppy Dreams. I'm like, yeah, it's not you don't want to be like, like I do with the Waldo's commercial. Be like, welcome to Waldo's.
I need to go to Waldo's, by the way. That shit looks fire. It looks so good. And
hey,
real quick,
yeah.
I have to give some inside baseball to our listeners here.
Yeah.
It happens every time when me and Kenny do the pod together and Christian isn't here. Like he's a great, analyst for sure, but like he's the point guard who keeps us on time. Whenever Kenny and I do a pod, we go so long. Tonight, Kenny, what did I tell you before the show?
Let's go 25 minutes in that first
I
segment.
said 25 minutes in the first segment. We went 36 minutes in the first segment. Good God.
I blame you.
Well, yeah, for sure. It is my fault. I can't shut my mouth. I keep talking and, I don't know when to stop. I understand.
You're very good at it. You're very good at it, and I am too. So
I'm all right, dude. I'm not that great.
You're great. You're great at it. You're great at it.
Okay.
Well, let's get to some hot 3 topics here. Keep this train rolling. We got some NCAA tournament Final Four stuff to talk about. The NCAA tournament the Elite Eight games were there were some good games and then there were some blowout games. The UConn, obviously UConn versus oh my gosh,
Duke.
who did they beat?
Duke.
Duke. Thank you. Good Lord. UConn had that massive come from behind victory, 19-point deficit to win the game at the buzzer. What a beautiful shot, by the way, by that.
It's
Mullins.
poetic, man, too. Like it's UConn got beat by Leitner.
Yeah. Oh.
And now you have you turn around and you got that. So that's pretty. And I saw an article by The Athletic. I think it was Ian O'Connor. As far as shots are concerned, that was better than Leitner's for sure. Like that ending was better than that game. And I'm not being prisoner of the moment. The other three games sucked though.
They did suck. Yeah.
Tennessee
got smacked. Yes, by Michigan. Crazy game. Michigan looks really, really tough. Arizona took out. Why is my brain not working? Who did Arizona beat?
They beat. Why my brain's not working either? They beat Purdue.
Purdue. Thank you. Good Lord.
Yeah.
And then Illinois smacked whoever they played.
Iowa. Sidebar: is Braden Smith at Purdue done?
He's done with eligibility, right?
Yeah.
Do you
Good
see him
player.
as an NBA guy?
He's a fine. What? Hell no.
You don't see him as an NBA guy?
No, because he doesn't shoot as well as we think he does. He was he was strictly an assist guy. Fletcher Lawyer was their shooter, but like Braden Smith to me, even though he had a great career and they made it to the Elite Eight, and like I didn't think they'd get there. I never thought he was that good. Can I say that out loud?
He was the recipient of playing with some really good bigs, obviously, when he was there. Played with Zach Edey, played with Trevor Kaufman-Wren, played with the Oscar Clough kid. Just really good big.
Big Australian. But the end of the Duke game, before we get to the Final Four, a lot of criticism on John Shire. What do you think about, like, I saw criticism on the final play where it's like they're breaking the press, they know it's coming, and they didn't, like, people were saying he shouldn't have advanced it, like he shouldn't have thrown the pass, Caden Boozer, but I'm like, that if he hits one of his two wide open guys, game's over right there.
Yeah.
And John Shire clearly drew up a great press break. He threw it into Cam Boozer, bounce pass back to the inbounder, into the middle of the court to Caden Boozer. Like, it was perfect until Caden Boozer just threw it right into the UConn defender's hands. And it's like, dude, just like throw it up in the air or bounce pass and do something different.
It felt like Caden Boozer panicked a little bit, right? Like, it felt like he just kind of panicked. If he had thrown the ball up in the air, like thrown it high in the air, there was nobody in the other side of the court other than two Duke players. If he had just thrown it a little bit higher, but I mean, you advance the ball to wide open players. Like, I don't.
You know, my real problem with Shire in that game was the last 4 minutes. He didn't draw up any plays for anybody other than Cam Boozer. And Cam was struggling because Terrace Reed is very good.
I love
Terrace Reed. To me, like, if we're ranking players in this Final Four, he nowhere outside of the top 5 with the way he's been playing lately. He had 27 and 23. I know it was against Furman, but he's had, I think he's averaging 22 points per game and 13 rebounds per game in the tournament.
Terrace Reed has been awesome for UConn, and it just brings me back to that first round game in the tournament that Memphis beat UConn, where Dane Danger took Terrace Reed and made him look foolish the entire game. It pissed me off seeing how good Terrace Reed is, thinking about how good Dane Danger could have been.
That's the thing, is like I don't know if we really grasp how good Dane was. Like,
I think he would have been the best big in the country this year, honestly.
I mean, from a post move standpoint, he had everything. Couldn't shoot, But he by the end of the year, he was knocking down his free throws at a better rate, even though he's like 60%. He would have been so damn good. And what's he in the G League right now, right? With the Heat's G League team. He's had I think a couple of 30-point games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's been balling.
But yeah, the Shire thing, too much criticism for a guy who's been awesome following a legend. Like he's held up his end of the bargain in a huge way. Way.
Yeah, I think it's easy, hindsight being 2020, to say he should have just held the ball. That's fine. You could say that, but Caden Boozer's the point guard. He was a starting point guard with Foster being injured, not being as healthy as he had been throughout the entire year. Caden Foster was getting a lot more minutes, was playing really well. He panicked and made a bad pass. You can sit there and we can critique it and say whatever you want, but I mean, there was two Duke players wide open down the floor that if he had just tossed the ball up higher, a little bit higher, maybe fake the pass to make the pass, which is what coaches teach all the time. You fake a pass to make the pass. Like that's he was taught that's basketball 101. Caden just panicked and the ball was turned over. What's that?
Young players.
It's young players. Caden panicked. He panicked.
Yeah.
But that shot, take it away.
Cam Boozer takes after his tournament.
I think he is who we think he is. I think I think he can be a fantastic player. I want to see him in space. I do think I will say the only thing I did not like was in the ACC tournament. I saw a lot of hesitancy out of him when he got the ball in the high post, and but Caden doesn't make. I mean, Cam Boozer does not make a lot of mistakes. He has both hands. I like that he's a back to the basket type of player. But is he going to blow your socks off? I think he's going to be a plug and play guy who fits really well in any team he plays for.
I think he's 15-9, 15-10 off top. But like people keep oversimplifying who he is as a player. Like I heard someone say, like, put him in the same conversation as a guy we'll talk about in a second, Koa Pete at Arizona.
Right.
And it's like, no, like Koa cannot shoot at all. Cam took 100, way over 100 threes, and he was 39% from there. And that's only going to get better. Dude's 19. Like, I understand that, like, his style is a bit boring. It's get to the free throw line, assert your dominance. But he can stretch out to the three-point line. He can put the ball on the ground. His face-up game is fun. Yeah. He can rebound. He's physical. Like, he's going to fit. If the Grizzlies get into the top three,
man,
and say they're 2 or 3, I would have a tough time. Like, people love Darren Peterson, and I get it. Like, from a talent perspective, I might take Cam if I was 2.
Oh yeah,
right.
I would.
Because the idea of a healthy Edie and him paired in the front court is
scary.
You would be the best rebounding team and offensive rebounding team immediately.
Scary hours.
First year of a rebuild.
Yeah.
All right. Now the Final Four. We have on one side, left side of the bracket, you're gonna have 2 versus 3 seed. Illinois and UConn.
Yep.
And then Michigan, Arizona on the right side. Here's my take. I think the national championship, for the most part, is the right side of the bracket right now. Like, that's the pseudo natty to me. I guess I could talk myself into Illinois on a good shooting day.
Yes.
Upsetting one of those two. But this is going to sound crazy. And I know Christian, when I talked to him on the radio today, completely disagrees with me. But UConn is not beating either of those teams on the other side of the bracket. There's just no, like, they don't have the dudes. And I know they have the experience, and Hurley is a extraordinaire scheming, but I hope Illinois wins that game against UConn, but I don't think that's a foregone conclusion at all. I just think Arizona and Michigan are wagons.
Yes.
They're
if you
so
want a competitive championship game, you need Illinois to win, because as good as Taurus Reed is, he's the only big they have. And Illinois, their biggest strength is they have a fantastic front court. Their front court is big.
Mirkovic and Ivisic, both the brothers.
There's another. They have another 7-footer that they
Irkovic has
bring
been
in.
so badass lately too.
Yes.
I mean, double-digit rebounds in like every game of the tournament.
Stojakovic has been great for them.
Isn't it
Like,
so weird? His style is like anti his dad.
yes, it's
Doesn't mean
wild.
he can't shoot, but he likes to get to the rim.
Yeah,
It's
Keaton Wagler has been playing very well in the tournament. Like, I love what I've seen out of him. I
love him.
I think
the way.
he's very good.
If the Grizzlies got him, I'd be hyped up.
I worry about the size a little bit. I worry about his
Thin. He's thin.
The thin. He's
But
he can lay the wood a little bit. He can put his ass on somebody and move them a little bit. But I like Keaton Wagler. I think Illinois is just a better team than UConn.
Yeah, but UConn just like that Duke game. I didn't think they had a chance, and here they are in the second half. Here's Danny Hurley making adjustments and really bothering Cam Boozer. Like I feel as if the difference in this game as opposed to the Duke game is Danny Hurley can't really. You can circle Keaton Wagler all you want. I think everyone on Illinois can hurt you.
Yes.
That's the problem. But you got to circle Keaton Wagler first and see if you can throw him off his game, make him shoot with a bunch of volume. And can I say this? I disagree with you on the size. Like I think if he gains mass, he'll be awesome. But he's 6'6", and he's a point guard. He's a point guard, and he can shoot and he can do all that. But that's a sidebar. Michigan, Arizona, though, that game, I am having a lot of trouble. I think the coaching matchup is about even. I think from a roster perspective, I think it's matched up perfectly.
Oh, man.
Perfectly. I think the difference will be Arizona does not shoot a bunch of threes. Michigan does try to beat you. But Arizona, it doesn't mean Arizona can't shoot threes and can't make threes. I mean, Braden Burries can shoot. Jaden Bradley can absolutely shoot. They have other guys, but it's like I think they're going to have to get their volume up shooting the three. And I know Tommy Lloyd likes to stick by his game plan of attacking the rim, being physical. But I think to beat Michigan outright, I think you're going to have to match them a little bit from the three-point line.
Do you think that the rumors about Tommy Lloyd going to North Carolina are going to impact Arizona at all? Because, I mean, it is heating up. It is heating up. He had some weird press conference where he said –
he hasn't denied it, right?
Like, he's basically said, like, Arizona's always going to have a good coach or something like that. And I'm like –
I was having this conversation. When we talk about, like, jobs from a namesake standpoint that you're leaving for at Arizona or, like, Dusty May at Michigan – how, like, can you count it? Like, how many Duke? I don't even know if North Carolina fits that from a resource standpoint. Like, it's weird at North Carolina right now. They poured a lot into football with Bill Belichick.
Right.
And I know they're a rich school, but Hubert, one of the big complaints he had was like, you guys didn't fund me the way you should have. I could get one great player, not multiple, like Duke, who I'm competing against. So, like, that would, you know,
is Arizona
weird me out. And then, like, the athletic department's kind of in flux right now. But to answer your question, I know I keep getting off on tangents. It's what I do.
You're good.
If you are distracted heading into a Final Four game, that's on you as a player.
Yeah.
Like Tommy Lloyd, well, I don't think he should leave. Like, that should not affect your want to and your drive to go win that ball game. Now, if Tommy Lloyd's distracted, that could be the problem.
Yeah,
that's the way I'd frame it. By the way, real quick, Kenny, I'm gonna have for our next topic, I'm gonna have a little special guest.
Oh, are you? Is he coming on?
Yeah. Well, you don't even know who he is. I haven't told you.
I think I might have an inkling.
But you seem to think Tommy Lloyd and that could affect.
Well, I don't know if it'll affect. I mean, I agree with you. It shouldn't, because we're talking about the Final Four. It's like the highlight, the pinnacle of a college basketball player's dreams is to make it to the Final Four. But I think human beings are human beings, and when the question is always, I mean, if your head coach is constantly, because you know how the media is going to work it, they're going to ask him questions until he flat denies it. They're going to ask him questions because he has not done himself many favors by the comments that he's made to like stifle that, right?
Yeah,
like,
just deny it if you're not going.
Deny it if you're going. Like, deny it if you're going. Say I am here at Arizona. Whatever you want to say. But let me ask you this: is Arizona a blue blood? Comparatively?
Well, I have a definition. Blue blood, you have to win natties.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they've done it on a consistent basis enough. Like they're always around. It's like Gonzaga. Are they a blue blood to you?
No, but
I don't put them in that category because they haven't gotten over the top on a consistent basis.
I mean, they are.
But they kind of are in name and where they always are by the time we get to the NCAA tournament. That's how I feel
reputation. I think
Arizona.
they are, but in terms of history, probably not.
I'd say I would not leave Arizona for North Carolina.
No, I wouldn't either.
So dumb.
Yeah,
it's hard enough to follow like Sean Miller and Lute Olson, right? But like going and following Roy Williams and Dean Smith and all of those natties, I think these coaches need to start thinking a little more pragmatically because I don't think Arizona's less funded than North Carolina. So that's one thing. And you have a chance at Arizona to have a way bigger legacy than at North Carolina. North Carolina, you're just one of them. You're just one of the dudes,
It's interesting. It'll be interesting, but I do think Arizona on paper, as good as Yaxel Lindenborg is, they have some hoopers over there, man. They have the Morris Johnson kid at Michigan.
Yeah.
They're a very, very good team. Arizona seems like a juggernaut to me. Like they seem inevitable to me this season.
Yeah. So how do you see it playing out?
I think Arizona beats Michigan, and I think Illinois beats UConn, and I think Arizona wins the national championship and beats Illinois.
I got Illinois beating UConn, Michigan beating Arizona, and this sucks because, like, I picked Arizona, and I shouldn't move off that pick, but I think Michigan and Yaxel and Morris Johnson, you forget. Ademara did not play good in the Elite Eight, but that's a first round pick. People don't even realize.
It's true.
Big Spaniard, that dude's a stud.
Absolute
stud.
If you go to Tankathon and see the draft simulator, everyone that I've seen in the last 2 days has the Memphis Grizzlies taking the Mara kid at
why?
I don't know.
Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you think Edie's not going to be there long,
you get a backup to Edie. You need some backup.
That's a lot of invested into a backup for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I think Michigan's going to win the Natty. Let's go ahead and get to the next one and bring on our special guest.
We got to talk about this, man. Like Jaden Ivey yesterday obviously kind of blew up, and he had some Instagram posts over the last couple of weeks. Shout out Alex Kuhn. What's up,
What's up, guys?
Yes, sir.
What's up, brother?
Live from Chicago, baby. What's your neighborhood, Al? Again, what area of town?
Yeah, River West.
Yeah. Live from River West, downtown Chicago.
Live from shouts out Chicago.
So for those who don't know, this is Alex Kuhn. He is the better looking version of the Kuhn brothers. He's the. That was rude.
I'll take that in stride. Even though you always compliment me on my looks, dude.
You are looking very good. You're losing weight. You got, as Trey Lasley said, you got some extra pomade in your hair today. You're doing. You got a little fresh cut going on, man. That was
the barber. I don't usually do this, this shit.
You got the little wave in there, Alex. What do you think about this haircut?
It is nice. Is that the Bo Jackson Sox jersey you're
it is.
right now?
It is. Yes,
Look
sir. Wore it in the studio today.
Look at you.
Yeah, but okay, I'll set it up. Jaden Ivey was released by the Bulls after a 45-minute tirade where he made a lot of comments, including anti-LGBTQ comments. And really the extent of that was called them unrighteous. It's not unlike if you followed the Chiefs and Harrison Butker when he was speaking at a graduation at I believe it was a Catholic school or Baptist school. It was kind of to that, it was that where he said they're unrighteous, unholy. But with Jaden Ivey, I think there's a lot to break down. And I feel like this conversation, unfortunately, has been hijacked. But reason Alex is on is Alex works as an executive producer for Spiegel and Holmes in the city of Chicago at 670 The Score, or 104.3 The Score now?
104.3. We're on the FM now, baby. Home
Oh,
of the Bulls. You can hear us in crystal clear FM.
I have to ask you, though, like this Jaden Ivey situation, obviously he's waived. They're going to pay him the rest of his contract. And the conversation has gotten as testy as possible. It has to do with religion and what's a sin and what's not. We don't have to get into that. I want to know about Jaden Ivey himself and what you guys have heard about him since he has joined the Bulls roster at the trade deadline. Because it feels like, based on what I've read, there was a lot happening before the IG Live and the comments he made there.
Yeah, one of the first things that our host Lawrence Holmes pointed out when they traded for Jaden Ivey, because the Bulls finally decided, we're gonna go through a full rebuild, even though they waited a half a season and waited until they were pretty much out of like the top 5 contention to do it.
They were in the play-in though when they
we'll get
made all
to the
those
whole
trades.
front office thing in a second, but we're like, okay, well, who that they traded for could they bring back? Like, they're not going to bring Mike Conley back. Some of the other pieces that they got, I guess Rob Dillingham was another one that they got in a later trade. But we're like, okay, so moving forward, who could? And one of the names was Jaden Ivey, and then Lawrence Holmes said, the host of our show, one of the hosts of our show says, yeah, but have you heard about the injuries?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not the same player that he was when he was back at Purdue. And I mean, we can talk about everything, but that's
right.
That's the biggest factor in all of this. Let's be real about it.
Correct.
Let's be real about it.
Because here's what I said today on air, and I think people need to really understand this part. I don't agree with a damn thing he said, okay?
Right.
I support my gay friends. I just want to get that out there. And if you are religious, I'm not going to tell you what to believe, all of that. I just want to leave that to the side. Anthony Edwards has had multiple, forums where he has talked about his homophobia. Like he has.
Yeah.
But Anthony Edwards is Anthony Edwards.
Right. I mean,
Jaden Ivey is let go.
Kyrie Irving,
right. Exactly. Like at the end of the day, that's the part that I think people need to latch onto when they're talking about wrongful termination.
Right.
He's not worth the problem. That's why the Bulls did what they did. And he did scrutinize the NBA, his boss in the Bulls, for Pride Month and all the celebrations they do around it. Like that's not for a guy who's down list from a roster perspective, who's fighting for his NBA career after multiple injuries. You're not going to stick around if you're doing things like that. That conduct detrimental to the team, I think that fits this category for sure.
It does, and there's still more layers to the story, because right after that, there was this bizarre, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was this bizarre press conference that he did after a loss, maybe a month and a half ago, where he was being asked about himself, and he was like, I don't know, the old JI is dead. I don't need anybody to tell me. I'm paraphrasing, but it was a very bizarre, it was a very, very bizarre encounter where he's speaking about himself in the third person. He kind of feels detached from basketball. It just, we all watched this and we're like, this is unbelievable. They just traded. This is the one guy.
Everything. It preceded all that we've seen the past couple of days.
Right, and yes, he brought up his faith, which he does, which a lot of athletes do. That it's not an uncommon thing. And at the time, we're just this is. I think he might I think this guy just may not be healthy enough to play and be effective ever again. And like in Chicago, guys, we've seen this. Like we've seen we lived through 3 years of Lonzo Ball rehabbing an injury, and his comeback was unbelievable. But we've seen this movie before. So that fast forwards to last week when he gets shut down for the season, and that's when the Instagram lives.
Too much time
started.
on his hands.
It's when the Instagram live started. And we've seen podcasts in the past where he's talked openly about his upbringing and his trauma, and like you could kind of just, like you said, it's difficult for us, and it can be irresponsible at times to diagnose. Like we're not doctors,
right?
We're not medical professionals, but when you hear enough concerning stuff over a certain amount of time, you start to get concerned. And these Instagram live posts over the last week where he calls out Steph Curry, calls out the Catholicism, he calls out LeBron, he calls out his league, and it just keeps stacking up. And on top of this, according to Joe Cowley of the Sun-Times, who has done a great job reporting on this, it was a very strange, like he would like you said, it's okay to kind of it's okay to have your beliefs.
Yeah.
But then he would like push it on to reporters. Like they'd ask about his knee and like, hey, have you been saved? Have you fornicated before marriage?
Yeah,
like,
premarital sex.
No, guys, that like I don't know. I do not know a workplace in this country where it's okay to ask.
Right.
Do you have sex? Like, tell me what's going on in your bedroom. Like,
right.
that is not an appropriate professional conversation in any setting whatsoever.
Well, maybe on this podcast, me and Kenny talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But that the reaction, it frustrates me. And to add to that, his LGBTQ comments. There are gay people that probably cover the team and work on, the staff, support staff. You think they feel comfortable around somebody who's sharing their thoughts like that freely? That's something. But it's been hijacked in a way that is so detrimental to Jaden, in my opinion. We should be talking about getting him mental help, right? I don't think people grasp where he is at from a mental perspective, truthfully. I think people, they're using his religious views and saying, he's being persecuted for that. But this is a guy who has trauma he has not faced at all. And when you affirm and tell him he's correct, like these people out there, I feel like that does way more harm than good, because he needs to realize for himself that he needs help. And
yeah,
the more you affirm his beliefs, I think the more he leans into them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I know I'm getting a little deep
for
on
sure.
it, but like that's the thing that we should be talking about, helping him get through his mental struggles, and that's not the conversation.
I think some are. I think the question is like, oh, well, why didn't the Bulls? I'm like, guys, I'm going to go back to it. This is professional sports. Like,
right. I don't love that they just, waived them. But, like, listen, you have to make – you have a business you're running. You have to make the best decision for your business.
Like, this is professional sports. The thing that kind of stood out to me beyond Joe Cowley's reporting was – Josh Giddey last night. You remember the part of the whole Jaden Ivey, like, oh, ask them if I'm a bad teammate. Am I a bad teammate? And Josh Giddey's out there like, oh, I'm once again paraphrasing, but pretty close. Like, I hope he gets the care that he needs for whatever he's dealing with or not dealing with. Like, guy, clearly
doesn't sound like he was. Doesn't sound like Giddey is denying that there was something going on.
Clearly, people were seeing stuff behind closed doors, and clearly the Bulls knew about all of this, which just kind of ties it back to just how awful of a franchise this is, guys. Like how how poorly run this entire operation was. As soon as he got traded to the Bulls, apparently the team told the beat reporters, like, "Hey guys, just to let you know, his interviews can be a little sermony." So it's
they
like
knew about
they knew something. They have been hearing something when they made that trade. And to answer your question, I'm fully with you. Clearly, after the Instagram story this morning, where he's saying that he's starting to become estranged from his family members and his wife, like.
And we know his mom. We know his mom pretty well in this city, Neil.
Correct.
And she's at Notre Dame.
They're
right?
all very, by the way, all very devout Christians.
Right.
All of them very devout Christians, and they're all like, "Okay, I'm concerned." So if they're concerned, once again, I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be, but if they're concerned, I'm concerned. And with what we have seen from him over the last couple of months, I've been concerned, and it's only gotten worse since then.
Yeah, and there is also murmurs that this was happening with the Pistons, and it's just it's heartbreaking that we have people affirming his beliefs in a moment where it's like, okay, let's just put that to the side for a second. He is not in his right mind. He is not in a mentally healthy space. So with that, my experience at least is, hey, don't affirm his beliefs every step of the way, and try to get him the help he needs. And that's what's just breaking my heart, because I don't hate Jaden Ivey. I'm not like overly, I don't like what he said, but I'm not mad at him. It's just
as someone in this field, I mean, maybe I'm just talking to myself, maybe I'm talking to you guys. I think the best course of action, because in this day and age, an issue like this is going to become a political football.
Oh yeah.
Is just don't cave to the framing.
I totally did.
No, I get it. I totally get it. But today on Spiegel and Holmes, we discuss all of this. We discuss the Instagram post. We discuss how religion is discussed and how it can get sort of exploited in a situation like this. We talked about all of that, but we didn't lose sight of the fact that this has been an ongoing trend. You don't lose sight of the context behind it, because when I see like the back and forth, at least the back and forth I've been seeing on Twitter and on social media, that context is not there. It's not a discussion point. It's a very you agree with it or you don't agree with it. It's persecution or it's not persecution. It's First Amendment or it's not First Amendment. I'm so like,
people need to read a damn book for once.
That is such a
read a book.
A remedial way of discussing a very scary situation.
Yeah, and he does not have a case against wrongful termination. Just want to throw that out there. But Al, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining last second.
See you guys.
See you, man. Appreciate you, man.
But yeah, I just wanted him to come on to shed some light on like what they've been seeing, because he I mean, this was, I don't know, like a month and a half around the trade deadline.
Yeah.
I remember, listening to the show, and they were talking about Jaden Ivey and that, thing with Lawrence Holmes where he said, his injuries and he can be preachy, like that all came up on their show then. So it doesn't surprise me where we're at. I just hate that this conversation has been hijacked. It should be about Jaden. I don't really want to get into what's right, what's wrong, what's a sin, what's not, because I think that's the wrong conversation to have right now.
It's not a productive conversation. And I think we live in an environment right now where, like your brother was saying, everything is turned into a political football. And that's not what this conversation needs to be about. The man was on IG last night on a plane being told, turn your phone on airplane mode,
Steph and LeBron
ranting about Stephen Curry and his family. It's like, come
and
on,
LeBron
man.
too. Like, why? He's clearly not well. And again, like I keep going back to this, affirming his beliefs in this moment is not going to help. It is going to push him to a spot deeper into this mental hole he seems to be in, and I don't want to see that for him. I truly, like, I hate what he said, Kenny. I think you do too.
Yeah.
But I don't hate him. I don't dislike him even.
Right.
I level with him in the sense that everybody goes through mental issues and he needs help just like anybody would.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yep.
Let's get to the last
I
thing.
agree.
We've gone a long time.
We've gone long. That's fine. We do have the NBA lottery coming up in about a month and 10 days. And I saw an article on ESPN today talking about the NBA draft and what are some of the big questions for each NBA team in the lottery this year. And obviously with Memphis, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. What's the one big question that has to be answered going into the draft, NBA draft?
In what sense? Are you going for John Morant?
What moves they make? Like what moves do they decide to make, basically?
You need to clear up the point guard.
You got to clear it up,
guard
right?
rotation because I think you need to add a really good one through the draft if you can.
Yeah.
But as far as needs are concerned, I would love to come out of the first round of this NBA draft because the Grizzlies will probably hold the Magic's pick, and hopefully the Magic don't make it into the playoffs through the play-in because then you'd have another lottery pick and a chance at another high pick.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them come out of this draft with lead guard and a wing who could sort of play the 3 or the 4.
Yeah.
Right. And rebounds pretty well. Nate Ament type, but I don't really love Nate Ament. I think he's more of a project. I think he's more of a project. He could be good, but
yeah,
he flashes it now. It's not consistent.
Yeah.
But as far as the Grizzlies' needs, I think everyone's in lockstep with Ja. Not likely going to be out the door. You need a lead guard.
Like figuring out what you're going to do with John Morant, right, is a huge deal.
Is it even figuring it out? Like, I mean, how you're going to do it?
How you're going to do it?
You're offload. He's not going to be part of the Grizzlies going forward,
right?
As much as people try to hold on to hope. Have you noticed that? I hate that.
Well, what's funny is it's like I was thinking as y'all were talking about the Jaden Ivey situation, and I don't want to put the Jaden Ivey / John Morant conversation in the same rearview mirror here, but like there's so much that we as people who cover the Memphis Grizzlies on a daily basis know about what's happening behind the scenes with John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. When you get national media that talks about it, when the conversation goes national or even global, if you will, there's a level of just like misunderstanding and like why these things are happening the way that they're happening.
Can I say this for people that are holding on to hope about Ja? Because he says things publicly where he's telling his own story. Hey, I still want to be in Memphis. It's tatted on me and all those things. The relationship that he has with Kleiman in the front office is it's bad, guys.
Yeah.
Like, you should probably know that, but I can get where you try to find any hope because he is that celebrity, larger than life ball player in the city of Memphis that latched on to the culture and everything else. But it's bad, Kenny. And I know you've heard the same things.
Yeah.
And he's had run-ins with teammates that no one really talks about. It's just shout out Marcus Smart. But yeah. But lead guard, right, going into the draft.
There's an interesting one. And the only other one that I want to hit on is Mark Cuban came out with an article today at the same time where he was talking about, like, if you look at this NBA draft article, it says the Dallas Mavericks need to figure out who is handling, like who is in charge, basically, like who's in charge with the Dallas Mavericks. And he had this whole article where he was talking about, or I think it was on a podcast, where he's saying he doesn't regret selling the Mavericks.
Yeah.
He regrets who he sold the Mavericks to.
Because Dumont's an idiot.
Yes. They're idiots. And
signing off on the Luka trade is just like that. You're never getting over that, dude.
You're never getting past that. It's such a wild, the fact that they have Cooper Flag on their roster after doing what they did with Luka is just absurd to me. And I wonder, it sounds like Mark Cuban is saying, I want to come back in a more of a leadership role. I don't want to be the majority owner because there's just too much that comes with that.
but he was good at it. I got to
He was
give him
good
credit.
at it. He was good.
He
at
was
it.
a little too meddlesome, but he did it in a pretty solid way.
He called himself he said it was just too much money for a middle-class billionaire.
He kind of understood basketball more than a lot of these guys, clearly more than Dumont.
Right.
Did you see Dumont's trying to go hire a basketball decision maker, and the first two calls are going to be Brad Stevens and Sam Presti?
Why would they?
That was reported by Chris Mannix of SI recently.
Why would
but you
they
know what?
leave
We got to go ahead and end this. We've held everybody for too long, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get up out of here. Appreciate everybody listening. Make sure with the Bluff City Media Podcast Network and everything we do, you check out all of our great podcasts. The Anthony Sane Show. You have what else we got? We got On the Beat. We got
Daily
everything. Post game bounce. We have post game shows.
Daily Grind at 7:30. We have the $2 Sports Show at 11, and Anthony Sane every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Tigers Untapped on Monday nights. Tigers Untapped has started to go live on Monday nights, and it has been awesome, man.
We gonna get a draft party going here before long?
We need to. We're gonna do a draft at Grind City Brewing. We're gonna do a draft lottery party. We're gonna have all that kind of fun stuff. It's gonna be a good time
for sure.
Shout out to you, man.
Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Comment, and we will talk to you next week.
Thank you for listening to On the Bluff. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co for comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports and how you can become an insider.